The more I have reflected on that story, the more I realize what an apt description that is of the postmodern mindset. We really don't know where we are in history, and we do not know who we are in this calibration of identification for essence and destiny and all that sort of stuff. Who are we? Whither are we headed?
I grew up in a very tiny town in Alabama, Cullman, Alabama. I actually grew up 20 minutes west of Cullman. Cullman was, and still is, in a dry county. It was my senior prom. I figured, well, okay, nobody wants to go with me, I'll go by myself. But it was, you know, I think out of sympathy and feeling sorry for me, my friend said, oh, Coco, you can, you know, after you would go and have your pictures made. After the pictures were all done, I had a fabulous dress too. It was absolutely wonderful. But after they were done, everybody made their couple pictures, and I had my single picture with me and myself. My friends took pity on me and pulled me into this tour bus. They had rented a tour bus, and they were going to go eat at this restaurant, and they were saying, oh, come on, we got room for one more. So I got on the tour bus. They were all, you know, doing whatever. We went and had dinner. On the way back, I was sitting in the back of the tour bus by myself, and I just remembered thinking, you know, wow, all of my heroes, Elton John, Cher, Dolly, you know, these rock bands I was into, just everybody, you know, all of my heroes got to tour. So when I was actually on a tour bus and in my mind experiencing that, I thought, this is what I want to do. I want to see the world, I want to sing, I want to perform, and I want to do it with, you know, the trees and the scenery passing by me. That to me was really what sealed it for me and put me on a musical path. Let's see. Electronic pop with a side of chill. Elton John, Kate Bush, Sarah McLachlan, Dolly Parton, Cher, Enya, Pink Floyd, Peter Gabriel. I don't think I've forgotten anybody. Enya, I don't know if I said Enya. I really come from a singer-songwriter background. I always have that in the back of my mind as I write. But I would say as an electronica singer, you know, electronica, you don't really think of singer-songwriters. You more think of the DJ or experimental, or, you know. One particular moment I've been most proud of was when in 2006 I released my first CD called Transparent, and that CD was very important to me because 5 years prior to that I had been a victim of a crime, and after that crime I pretty much shut down creatively. I was in the middle of demoing for my debut CD, but I pretty much shut down, and I didn't want to do anything with music. It was almost as though I couldn't. I was very angry, had a lot of emotions to deal with, and I elected to began painting. I took up painting and charcoal drawing. And with that expression, I was still creating. But music, you know, I had spent so many years prior to that doing everything as an independent artist. Showcasing for record labels, co-writing with producers, demoing material, you know, living in Nashville, living, you know, going to Austin, just anything I could do. But after that, you know, I didn't really want to, it was weird. I really didn't want anything to do. It was almost like I lost a part of myself, and music was such a part of that past life, if you will, of me and who I was. But with that traumatic experience, I had just changed. And, you know, I didn't change, no, I didn't want to change, but that, I just, when you have that, as a lot of people probably have, who have experienced, you know, PTSD or been through something really, really shocking or tragic, you know, you're not the same. So I fast forward to 2006, after a couple of years off, I finally started recording and got a complete work done and released it. And I decided that, hey, I wanted to give back and donate it to the National Organization for Victims Assistance, because as a crime victim, what happens is when they prosecute someone, you know, there's a crime victims, you know, I don't know what you call it, but there's a program, I should say, where you get therapy. They do help you, you know, for your lost wages or anything like that you've incurred. And however you've been affected in this way, they try to help you. So I wanted to give that back, because if I hadn't have gotten the therapy that I so needed, you know, I probably, who knows if I'd still be doing music. It's very, very essential you get some type of help after something like that. So I elected to donate half of the proceeds of my CD called Transparent to the NOVA, the National Organization of Victim Assistance. They received it with open arms. I think it's still on their website, and I think it's the only place that you can go and actually get it. But you can get it here. Here's the website if you'll look below. It's the only place you can get it, I think. But half of the proceeds went to this organization, still goes to the organization. And at their conference, when I released the record and did this, they sent me, they said, oh, we want you to be a part of this conference and tell your story and perform. And it was in Orlando. They flew me down. They put me up in a great suite. I was rock star for the weekend. And, you know, it was just, you know, I got to perform, not only perform, but I got to tell my story. And I think artists, you know, that's what we're all about. We all have a story, everybody, whether you're telling it through your business or you're telling it through your painting or your, you know, your poetry or cooking or whatever. We all have our stories to tell, and it was really, really wonderful to get to do that. That's been the proudest moment. For me is I'm completing a class with Berklee Music Online and Topspin. Basically, it is a music marketing platform that enables you to share me with any and everybody very efficiently, and you know, it's really the cutting edge for musical artists and marketing and getting the word out. That's what I'm most excited about. So I've got a 30, 60, and 90-day campaign that I'm gonna be running. There'll probably be a lot more videos, a lot more content. You know, still getting my music in various music libraries. Trying to just live life.